Hey guys, this is Level Zero, and today I have another episode of Suppressor Master. The way the series works is that you leave a comment with the gun you want me to use with a suppressor, obviously. You can even choose a pistol, assuming I have the suppressor unlocked for it. You can even choose kits and even gadgets, and I'll try to use it to the best of my ability. In today's gameplay, you're looking at the M416 with a suppressor. And the reason I didn't do the MG4 is because for some reason Shadowplay decided to corrupt the file. I don't know why it does this, but you might be thinking, why not use DxStory? Because DxStory does not have that function where you can record something that happened a couple seconds ago, and I wish they would do that, or maybe I'm wrong and I haven't used it in a while. But let's talk about the stats of this gun. Advantages of the weapon, obviously that it's suppressed, you do not show up on the minimap, and in most cases your gun cannot be heard. We're using the suppressor, slightly reduces the upwards kick on the recoil, which isn't too significant as the M416 has a fairly manageable recoil, but everything makes something. Like if your recoil is like a little lower, maybe you notice it, maybe you don't. I don't notice it, so maybe other people notice it. When you use a suppressor, the disadvantages of suppressor is obviously your muzzle velocity is greatly decreased. If you don't know what that is, basically your bullets fly slower, causing you having to lead the bullet further. If you play other games like Call of Duty, you don't really have to notice. You probably don't know this because I don't think in Call of Duty you have to lead your targets. I don't think it reduces the bullet speed like in Battlefield does, so you don't really have to lead your bullets. The only thing I think it does in Call of Duty is lowers your damage over range. But yeah, when your AD is not moving, when you're like aiming down sights and you're not moving, you have a slightly better accuracy by 0.1, which is not it's not enough to justify you not wanting to use a suppressor. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. While you're moving, it has a better spread. When you're not using a suppressor, it has a better spread with the heavy barrel because that's just the heavy barrel. Heavy barrel makes everything accurate. Probably should have chose it naked, but whatever. And let's talk about the reload speed. When you don't go through all of your ammo, you're looking at a 1.85 second reload, which is extremely fast. It's one of the fastest reloads in the game, coming in a close tie with probably the ACWR. Maybe I'm wrong, I'll have to look up the stats for that gun again. But the maximum damage is 24, which makes it a 5-shot kill after that patch, which supposedly, with the netcode fixes, you wouldn't notice it, but I notice it. It's totally noticeable. Even when I'm using a fast fire rate gun like the ACWR, I sometimes find myself pulling away and switching targets, and then I end up having to pay the price at the spawn screen. But the minimum damage is 18, which is like a 7 to 8 shot kill or something like that. 7 to 8 shots to kill. And just the drop off ends at like 55 meters, which is extremely long. No, what am I saying? No, the drop off starts at 8 meters, which is kind of close, shotgun range. And then the drop off ends at around 55 meters, which is extremely long. So you will be able to drop people at long-ish range, but just remember not to try and pick people off at like half the map because you will not be happy. You will have to look at the spawn screen for about 5 to 6 seconds, depending on the kill cam. And the fire rate is 750 rounds per minute. Again, Battlefield, I'd say for aggressive gameplay, bare minimum. I know I did the Scar H and I said that's probably like one of the best guns in the game because it has a high damage but a low RPM. And the reason why I say the Scar H is a bit better is because it has a higher damage output, which is like 34, 33 damage, which is really good. You can essentially two-shot someone in the head, assuming they're damaged. Like that's why I like it, but I don't like it because in close quarters it is just too slow. Kind of like the E1P I did. It just fires way too slow for you to do any type of damage. The magazine size is 31. No option to have extended mags like I kind of wanted, which they added in Hardline, but I guess I could see why they did that because the Scar H, everyone would be using the Scar H if you could put a extended mags on it and everyone would be using it, and that's not what I want. In the Suppressor Master Series, I'm trying to make people use different guns, so like I don't want to, like I'm always seeing people use the AEK, M416, the UG A3, MG4 ACWR, the SG553. I should say that's G553. I don't think people see people using that too much, but I think you catch my drift. What I'm trying to say is that people tend to gravitate to the guns that are most popular, has a insanely fast it has an insanely fast RPM, rounds per minute, like the AK, which shoots at like 900, and you just have to blink and your enemy is dead, assuming your shots are accurate. And I'm just trying to get people not to use those guns. Like think about this. When you work for a flank, like in like Go Mode Railway, you're getting trample stomp, you're getting spawn trap, and you somehow make it to, let's say, A and B, which is the top flags, and then you don't have a suppressed weapon. What happens is that people are gonna, you shoot at one person, and then the guy that's next to him will know where you are because you're not using a suppressor, and then that flank you worked so hard for is practically just gone to waste. And personally, I used to hate this until I chose a suppressor. The reason why I never used to use a suppressor because I thought it was like Battlefield 3, but in Battlefield 4, the only thing it reduces is your muzzle velocity, and it has kind of a pro. In some guns, it lowers the recoil significantly. In others, not so much, like this gun. And suppressors don't really help if you have a teammate that's using a loud AEK, M416, AWS, MG4. You get the point. People can just give away your positions. This is why I tend to play with people like Dead Winter Dead, because he loves to use a suppressor, and I like to use a suppressor. And most of the time, it's just me and him in a squad, but we can get stuff done because people don't know where we are unless there's a guy firing a loud weapon. And then we'll probably just go for another flag and let them take that flag. But using a suppressor in Battlefield is really helpful, and yeah, I just went over the gameplay, so I'll probably just add another clip in there. Oh, like the clip where I got one JDAM and 2 tank kills, which is pretty epic. But that's all for today, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it. Leave a comment letting me know how you thought about the gameplay, and do not forget to leave a gun suggested in the comment section with a kit and some attachments and a pistol. But as always, this is level 0, and I'll catch you in the next one.